Thank you, everybody, for coming today to celebrate the life of Mavis Irene Newman. We're going to read a little something here to get it started. So, ready?
Mavis Irene Newman was born December 5th, 1952, half an hour before twin Marilyn arrived in short order. The family had 5 children in total, the oldest sister Nikki, older brother Fred, the only boy, and baby sister Jessica. Though the twins were born in Oakland, the family moved after months living in Sacramento, Davis, and a couple years in Germany, but the majority of their formative years were in the city by the bay. Mavis felt that San Francisco truly was her hometown, finishing grammar school, junior high, and high school there. Upon graduation, Mavis went straight to working world, becoming a nanny for the next 7 years for various well-heeled families and enjoying some it's a hard word, you guys, memorable experiences, and meeting a number of well-known people, such as PBS host and author Alistair Cook and somewhat notorious attorney Melvin Belli.
On Halloween in 1978, she went to work for the AAA in San Francisco, where she met her late beloved friend Dixie, dressed as a cat. For the next 30 years, her career with AAA took her from San Francisco to Vegas, to Reno, to Petaluma, and finally up to Elk Grove. She made lifelong friends every step of the way. When AAA closed their Elk Grove contact center, she didn't want to move yet again, so she worked for a wholesaler for a short time and ultimately ended up at the DMV working hard and making even more forever friends. She retired in 2021, choosing to relocate up to Grass Valley. She spent her time keeping track of and weighing in on politics, traveling, and doing all of her favorite things, such as reading, attending the theater, and notably seeing the majority of new films right as they came out, even the most obscure ones.
This poem is called Mavis. Mavis by Sheila Stein. Okay. She walked a little funny, but with a smile she said, "Out of my way, I can do this myself. Thanks, love. I don't need a cane, no crutch for me, no help from anyone, just let me be." Her cat so frail as they wobbled the hall, giving her pleasure with cuddles and all. Sister Jess and Mare, her pillars of strength, each bringing patience and love in great lengths. Sister time to the last, helping each of them cope until the time came for Mavis to float. When Mavis called you love, you think you were her only love, filling your screen with every emoji imaginable. We all felt so special because we were so special to her, loved and best at whatever niche filled your life. Mavis Irene Newman, you were the biggest love of all, the bestest friend anyone could ever wish for. I only wish you could have had your way to stay with us just one more day. Thank you, Sheila.
That is beautiful. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So to continue the other part
We're
now.
talking about movies, even the obscure ones. She
Even
loved
the
them all.
obscure movies. Movies were her great love. She nearly completed her degree in film and could tell you not just the stars of a given film, but typically the director, the producer, and who composed the musical score. Her Oscar parties were memorable occasions, and she enlightened us on all things film. Mavis absolutely loved travel, whether cruising, flying, or driving. In fact, she drove across the country twice, the last time with sister by choice, Barbara Brink Williams. She visited brother Fred and his wife Trudy in Alaska, and then later in Texas, dear friend Bob in Oregon, traveled with Fred and Trudy and their son Eric and their mom to Hawaii, Louisiana with Jess and Barbara, a tour of Mississippi by way of Jacksonville, Florida, with Marilyn and Jess, and many, many more trips. Of late, her travel was limited to Oregon to see Bob and Jess's godson Heath and their family there, and numerous casino jaunts through Northern California with Sister Jess. She'd booked a cruise through the Panama Canal for 2025, but was sad to have to cancel it.
Though she lived an active and busy life, her first and foremost role was being a devoted friend, sister, and auntie. She was the anchor of our family. She truly was the cool aunt, calling often, sending amazing boxes of treasure she accumulated throughout the years for Christmas to friends, her grown-up nieces and nephews, their partners, and their kids in turn. She remembered everyone's birthdays and kept in very close contact with pretty much everyone. She would be remembered lovingly by so many as the woman who truly knew how to be a real friend and how to love unconditionally. Today, we come together to remember how much we loved her, yes, but also to remember how much she loved every single person here and many more who couldn't be with us today. Ooh, give me a second, friends. I love you, baby.
You stop it right now, young lady. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move forward. We're going to watch a tribute. A beautiful tribute by Shotzi Coleman.
Thank you, Shotzi.
Thank you.
I
don't know where it's going to be.
We'll probably see it up there.
Okay. We're going to watch a tribute.
Play that song, the one that makes me go all night long, the one that makes me think of you. That's all you gotta do. Hey, Mr. DJ, when you gonna spin it? My baby's favorite record, she been waiting for me. She invited all the friends, and I'm buying all the rounds, and they're all dolled up. DJ, please don't let me down. When you gonna play that song? When you gonna earn that pay? When you gonna play that song and make my day? She said, play that song, the one that makes me go all night long, the one that makes me think of you. That's all you gotta do. Hey, play that song, the one that makes me stay out till dawn, the one that makes me go ooh. That's all you gotta do. Hey, Mr. Guitar, when you gonna strum it? My girl just heard the song and you should play it 'cause she loves it. Can you get me off the hook? Get them fingers picking now. I'll throw some money in your cup. Mister, please don't let me down. When you gonna play that song now? Why you gotta hesitate? When you gonna play that song and make my day? She said, play that song, the one that makes me go all night long, the one that makes me think of you. That's all you gotta do. Hey, play that song, the one that makes me stay out till dawn, the one that makes me go ooh. that she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her head. She acts like summer and walks like rain, reminds me that there's a time to change. Since the return of her stay on the moon, she listens like spring and she talks like June. But tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way to see the lights all faded and that heaven is overrated? Tell me, did you fall for a shooting star? One without a permanent scar, and then you missed me while you were looking for yourself out there. Now that she's back from that soul vacation, tracing her way through the constellation, she checks out Mozart while she does chapel. Reminds me that there's room to grow. Now that she's back in the atmosphere, I'm afraid that she might think of me as plain old Jane Doe. Sorry about a man who was too afraid to fly, so we never did land. But tell me, did the wind sweep you off your feet? Did you finally get the chance to dance along the light of day and head back to the Milky Way? But tell me, did Venus blow your mind? Was it everything you wanted to find? And then you missed me while you were looking for yourself out there. Can you imagine no love pie, deep fried chicken? Your best friend always sticking up for you, even when I know you're wrong. Can you imagine no first dance, freeze-dried romance, 5-hour phone conversation, the best soy latte that you ever had in me? But tell me, did the wind sweep you off your feet? Did you finally get the chance to dance along the light of day and head back to the Milky Way? And tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way to see the lights all faded and that heaven is overrated? Tell me, did you fall for a shooting star? One without a permanent scar, round the bend, my huckleberry friend, Moon River, and me.
That's right, Mom.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
To see the world, there's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend, my huckleberry friend, Moon River, and me.
Really beautiful. Thank you. Shotzi, thank you so much. That was amazing. Okay, so let's just take a moment. And then if you want to come up and say some words. We're going to start with Auntie Marilyn.
Pause. I was wondering what I was going to say today, and I miss her so much. But it's hard to sum up what a great, wonderful, aggravating person she was. Jessica thought I was going to like put her up for sainthood. I said, no, because we all know how Mavis would tell you how to blow your nose better than you knew how to do that. And she'd probably be glad to demonstrate that as well. But she had such a kind heart, and she did so many things for so many people. And my sister from another mother, Barbara Brink Williams, found a piece of paper the other day and showed it to me. And I had really totally forgotten that this little episode happened. But we were back in Florida at Robin's high school graduation, and we became friends with a lady that worked at the hotel where we were at. And being Mavis, she said, well, let's get her a gift because she was pregnant. So got some money, didn't think anything more about it. But later, much later, this nice woman sent a letter to Mavis and me, and it goes like this. Dear Mavis and Marilyn, I met you and your sister at the Courtyard Marriott in Jacksonville, Florida. Me and my sister work in the restaurant. You gave my baby a gift. Also, just want to say thanks so much for your kindness and to send y'all a picture of the baby. Sorry it took so long to write, to say thank you. With the new baby, I've been very busy. Thanks so much, and I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks, Robin Hilton. As far as I'm concerned, that pretty much sums up Mavis right there.
Would Anybody else like to come up and say any words? Please, come on.
Hi, I'm Lori Offenbach. I worked with Mavis for I've known Mavis for almost 30 years. And I met her at AAA in Petaluma, and we just became instant friends. And so just a few memories that I just kind of want to share about Mavis. So anyway, oh, Mavis, my friend, you left way too soon. You just moved to the Twin Cities, Grass Valley and Nevada City, to be our neighbor again, just like Elk Grove. Great times. What can I say about Mavis that we all don't know? She is one of the most kind, thoughtful, and friendliest souls we were all lucky to know. A true gem. She loved everyone she met. Larry and I and our kids are so blessed to have been a part of her life. We met at AAA in Petaluma in road service, the stepchild of AAA. If I remember, I knew you'd laugh. If I remember right, she interviewed me for the admin position. I was welcomed with open arms, and she always protected me. She was my champion. Mavis became a huge part of our family, always remembering birthdays and holidays. She was a thrifter, and we always received the most personal and thoughtful gifts. Mavis and the Niners. Okay, they are one and the same. She loved her Niners. One of the playoff games last year, we had to go to a bar in Grass Valley as they were not playing the game on Dish. She was quite upset. What a great time we had. It would have been more comfortable at our home, but she wasn't going to miss the game on TV. Mavis, the Niners are 5-4 right now, but you already know that. Jesus is a Niner fan. Mavis came to our church a few times with us. She was a believer and a follower of Jesus. I was so happy to be with her on the day she passed. I was a bit jealous because I knew she was going to meet the Lord in just a few moments. I know he was waiting for her with his arms wide open to greet her. What a beautiful moment that had to be. I rest well knowing that she is in heaven with her past family members and friends and the Lord. I know she will be there to greet me when my time comes, if I make it to heaven. But if I live like Jesus and have the many beautiful and kindful traits that Mavis had shared with us, it should be an easy journey. Another memory of Mavis was her hands. I never saw her without beautifully polished nails. I wish I had polished her nails the last time I saw her. She kind of needed a paint job. I never saw her angry or resentful, only full of grace. And a few years when I left Elk Grove to move back to Marin County, she sent a note to Larry and myself, and I want to read a little part of it. It's just typical Mavis. The second, you need to know, I shall miss having you and Larry and your gang close by. Larry is my joy and my rescue. Mine too. No one could have helped me more with my home and garden, and I thank him so much. He was also one of the neatest guys I have ever known. I'd like to clone him or find an uncle or a brother of his who likes large women. Darn it anyway, no such luck. So I know we will always be friends, and that is the saving grace of this move. Each one of you here today or was lucky enough to know Mavis have received a special piece of her spirit. She has left a huge hole in my life and heart, but her memory will live on in me, Larry, my family, and all of you too. It's a beautiful thing. Be like Mavis. Spread the kindness and love. Both of those acts would make her so very happy. I miss you, Mavis. I know you're always with me. Peace, and I love you, my friend.
My name is Monica, and I am a former AAA employee. I joined AAA in 1999. And upon my arrival, I was told we must go to all the call centers for a meet and greet. I thought, these people don't want to meet me. But I listened to my boss, my manager, who I adore still to this day. And the lineup was the Petaluma Call Center, the Stockton Call Center, and the Rancho Cordova Call Center. And we went to Petaluma. And we drove, and I met this lovely woman. And I remember driving back to Livermore, the call center we had there, and I looked at my manager, I said, who was that precious woman, the all-knowing woman in ERS, the woman that knew everything? And she knew everything, but she didn't come off being a know-it-all. She didn't come off knowing everything. She wanted to share. And someone wrote on Facebook, which captured everything, and that was, Mavis is somewhere up above, telling someone what they're doing and how they can do it better. But we all listened to her, because that was the respect and the love that we had for her. And to her nieces, your auntie will forever be in your heart. And thank you to her family and her chosen family. Thank you for sharing your sister and your mother and your friendship. And I look back and I always think Mavis was that woman in ERS in Petaluma who just was the sweetest thing. So.
I may not get through this, but I knew Mavis forever. And we were good friends. And she kept trying to get me to join AAA. I needed to work at AAA. I needed to work at AAA. My interview was with Aaron and Val. So why do you want to work here? Well, because Mavis told me, Mavis told me. And I always had AAA. I was always a AAA member, so I thought, I want to do it. Well, I got the job. And through the job, I met my husband. So besides everything else, for being my best friend, she got me my husband. And we've been together 30 years, and I love him to death, and I loved her to death. And we had so much fun. We went on a road trip back east. We were gone a month. And every morning I'd call my husband, call Robert, and say, okay, this is where we are, da-da-da-da-da. And we just had such adventures, and you know how crazy your aunt was. I'm surprised we didn't get kicked out of certain places. But we had a good time, and I loved her to death, and I love you guys to death, and that's it. We love you.
Hi. My name is Laura Choi. This is my husband, Rich. I've known Mavis for 60 years. We met in junior high school. At that time, I was reading Nancy Drew mystery stories, and she and I became quick friends, and she introduced me to Agatha Christie right off the bat. And she always said, don't read the last page, but I always did. She was very generous. That's what I remember most about her. She loved to take friends and family out for food, just good times, and we always said good times. I do remember her sharing a story about her nieces and her. I don't know where this was, but they were, I guess, at a pool somewhere, and you can see how gorgeous these women are, right? I don't know how old you guys were, teens probably, and I guess some guys were really ogling these young women, and she was jailbait. Perfect. Anyway, we love Mavis, we miss her, and she was one of a kind. And I believe she's really at peace now, so I'm thankful. Thank you.
I'm a little short. I'm Sheila. I'm the one who wrote the poem, and there are very few people in your life that you meet. Mavis is one of those, and when I found out she had passed, the words just come, and she was so very special. And I'm a twin myself, and I now know what you must be going through. My sister is not doing well right now, and it's really difficult. But anyway, we love Mavis. She's very special to every single one I can see in this room. And God bless you all. And Mavis, we'll join you one day. We will. Thank you.
For the party, she graciously allowed my best friend to come. She had some words, and I'm going to try to say it in her voice. This is from Emily. Auntie Mavis, my Sagittarian queen, in the short time I have known you, you have taught me to never accept anything less than what you deserve. And if all else fails, rise up and write a letter of your grievance demanding results. Thank you for loving me and accepting me as your own. Love you always. Thanks, Emily. I know, it was so good. It was great. The children also, and Kamel, my partner, send their regards and all the love. They wish they could be here, but, you know, Florida. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
We gonna get through this?
I'm gonna try.
We're gonna try real hard.
Okay. Hold on.
I got it. While the weight of her loss is deep, this gathering is about honoring the beautiful life that was lived and the impact she made on all of us. This is the time to share laughter, tell stories, and remember the moments that brought us happiness. She would want us to focus on the joy she brought into the world, not the sadness of her departure. Today, we come together to share her legacy and remind ourselves that her love and light will always remain a part of us. Aunt Mavis was always someone we always admired deeply. She was truly one of a kind, a pioneer in every sense of the word. Though she didn't have children of her own, she embraced us as if we were hers. She was the first person who taught us that life didn't have to follow a predetermined path, that you didn't have to conform to expectations. She showed us that you could live boldly by your own rules and carve out a life that was authentically yours. You ready?
Yeah. Each spring and summer, we were lucky enough to visit her. Whether we were driving along the stunning California coastline or spending time with the turkeys and other animals on her cute little farm in Petaluma, every moment always felt like an adventure. Those visits were always filled with joy and the kind of memories that just stay with you forever. We're beyond grateful for the lessons she taught us and the pieces of her spirit that live on in me and all of us. From her, we inherited a sharp sense of humor, a fierce independence, and a touch of her unmistakable attitude. Gifts we wouldn't trade for anything. Losing a beloved aunt is like losing a piece of your heart. She truly was a pillar of our family. She was a source of love, wisdom, unwavering support. She had a way of making everyone feel special. Somehow, she could always turn those ordinary memories into cherished memories. Ordinary moments into cherished memories.
The pain of her absence is heavy, but the gratitude for the time we had with her is endless. She left behind a legacy of strength and love that will continue to shape us. And though she may be gone, she will always live on in the stories and memories we share and the love she instilled so deeply in our hearts. She was such a connector.
She really
She
was.
just really brought everyone together. If no one else has anything to share or say, thank you for sharing with us and being here. Please do not forget to sign the guest book. It's right out there if you haven't already, and we can move forward to the room for some refreshments.